We talk about metaphysics on this channel. So if you didn't know, now you know. There's your warning. So now let's begin.
Hello everyone, welcome back to SIT, Serious Inner Temple, Spiritual Network. We're back taking care of another video, and I know a lot of you guys are concerned with the video dealing with dark energy weapons and stuff like that. We will be taking care of that video very soon, as I'm getting that video together and I'm taking care of some other things. There's some other things that I feel that are need to be talked about presently at the moment in time, and hopefully I could get you guys along for the ride. This is dealing with the the food shortages, as you can clearly see on screen, and we're going to be discussing this. It needs to be talked about, and of course this is dealing with the YouTube channel called Redirecting, what this woman posted up not too long ago. But it's also concerning other things as well. Hopefully I have your undivided attention. Right now, in the United States of America, there are now reports, everywhere, on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, any social media, even Twitter. There is a lot of people posting up all kinds of different information. You even got articles coming out about food shortages. And the food shortages are, of course, tied into the inflation that's going on in the country. We talked about this a few months back, possibly even a year ago, about the whole food shortage situation and how it's going to get worse. You can look in the SIT video section talking about food shortages and stocking up and stuff like this. I made a video concerning that subject a long time ago, but it has now come to my attention that this needs to be talked about more, because I have new subscribers on the channel who are watching this content and they love the content, and they may not know about food shortages going on. There's too many new people coming in. I'm seeing people I've never even seen before on the channel, and this is a warning for them as well, because everyone needs to know about this. Okay, this is not a game, this is not a joke, this is not us, playing around with you and whatever else is that some people want to think it is. This is simply the truth. I'm going to just say it like this. For those that may not know, the food shortages are getting much worse. We're talking about much, much worse. And with that going on, there is a lot of situations that are going to be picking up. And when these situations pick up, food in your area and outside of your area zip code, I hate to say it, but it's not going to be available anymore. Okay? And if you hear any noises in the background, that's just children playing outside in the playground nearby. because there's a school for kids nearby. So if you hear any shouting or screaming, that's just children. Don't know how they play in the cold. Anyways, back on subject. The meat markets on the west side of the United States right now, the meat, a lot of steak and stuff like this is going for $200 and above. People are seeing this. And now on the East Coast now, the meat and the prices are going up. Okay? We're talking about beyond $15 and up, $20 and up. People are even seeing this stuff even around my neck of the woods now. It's slowly but surely starting to pop up. You know, I'll tell you guys a little story before we begin with the video and show you guys everything else. A while back, my mother wanted me to go out and get her some product from the supermarket. So I went out and got it. And, you know, some people in my house eat meat. Not all of us do, but some of us do in my home. She wanted me to go out and get some salami, right? Something that's supposed to be $15. The real long ones, you know, they're supposed to be like $15 or $14.99, right? Tell me how this stuff was $21. Inflation is kicking up, people. The prices of eggs is going up around my neighborhood. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are starting to see it around your neck of the woods as well. This stuff is getting out of control now. People are reporting this stuff on all forms of social media. And it needs to be greatly talked about. You guys need to start thinking about what you need to stock up. I've made videos in the past about this subject. Things like oil, water, portable stove to cook with, butane and stuff like this. These are things like water, oil, a portable stove, butane, and things like this. These are things you're going to need in the up and coming disaster that is America falling. Because it's really not, we can look at it as a disaster, but it's really a good thing that's going to come out of it. Because this white man got to fall, and everything that he's pushing out here has to go along with him. But when we say it's a disaster, it's because of the way it's toppling down. A lot of people, the majority of people in this country, are not going to be prepared for it. The same way a lot of people are just intaking this, the vac, if you know what I mean. A lot of people are intaking this stuff. You got lines out here in NYC. In NYC, you got lines out here of people trying to get tested for this stuff, trying to get injected. I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm like, you people have no clue what's going on. You're a bunch of sheep. And now look, the mandate has been removed. All this stuff was just a ploy to get everybody to get vaccinated. The Supreme Court already dished it out. Joe Biden, you can't be forcing people to take this stuff. It was all a trick to get the mass majority of everybody out here. Well, you know. So, with that being said, okay, all right. Very soon, in your neck of the woods, people, I want you to go to the supermarket even today. Try it out. Go to your neck of the woods. And let me know in the comment section below if you've seen any differences in the supermarkets around you. In the grocery stores around you. Hell, even in the gas stations around you, because some of these gas stations actually have food. You know? In the 7-Eleven around you. Or whatever the case may be. The Q-Mart or whatever it is that's around you. Put it in the comment section below. I would love to know about what you guys are seeing. Because in my neck of the woods, I'm starting to see this thing starting to rear its ugly head out of the water now. And believe me, It's everywhere, people. In some places, it's way worse. And when we talked about on the West Coast, where these people are struggling in Arizona and all these other places where there's no water damn near, we have to understand. So, like I was saying, I had a little interruption. People calling me. Anyways, because of the fact that they're running out of water on the west side, they're going to need water from the south and from the east. And that water is going to become very hard to come by. Why? Because they're going to start putting inflation on the water as well. Because there's a scarcity on water now. If you guys are not taking care of these provisions and all of these necessities that you're going to need to survive, when all of this stuff starts hitting real hard, like how it's doing right now, I mean, read between the lines. It's not going to be good for you when that shit, when this hits. Okay? I want you guys to see this. Check this out.
Whole Foods outside, up and down the aisles of this Whole Foods outside San Francisco.
A lot of produce is just out. Like, the green onion's gone. Like, the apples that I was looking for weren't there.
To this ShopRite in New Jersey.
Some of the water was missing last time. Some of the cereals were missing.
Shoppers across the country are being met with empty shelves.
This is actually the third store I've been to tonight trying to find some pasta.
And sticker shock.
Prices are off the charts. Off the charts for middle class family to eat.
Last month was $5, half a gallon orange juice. This month, $10 for a half a gallon, but only one type.
A new report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics found the price of ground beef jumped 13% over the last year. Fresh fruits nearly 8%, eggs 11%.
Yep.
In addition to the sticker shock, shoppers across the country are complaining of supply chain shortages, sharing images on social media of empty shelves in grocery stores. Experts say the shortage is a perfect storm. Severe winter weather mixed with supply chain issues and a rise in COVID cases keeping workers out sick amid ongoing staffing shortages. The nation's truckers tell CBS News they're operating with 80,000 fewer drivers than needed. This problem with some empty shelves in some stores, is that going away anytime soon?
Well, it's gonna be several weeks before we see relief.
Doug Baker is with the Food Industry Association that works with grocery stores. According to his group, consumer demand for groceries jumped 15% at the start of the pandemic and has not slowed as many people continue to cook and eat most meals at home. Their recent survey found about half of shoppers say they've noticed some products not available at their grocery stores.
It's sort of like playing whack-a-mole. And so if you don't see it today, you'll probably see it tomorrow.
So we don't really know what the next local item shortage is going to be?
Yeah, we unfortunately we don't typically know until it's upon us.
Okay, so...
Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're understanding that this stuff is being reported everywhere now. The regular folk out there that are supposed to be the sheep, the ones that don't know what's going on, even they're starting to take notice now. And then on top of that, we have the great resignations going on with everybody leaving their jobs and all these different situations. We have inflation kicking up. You see the prices are going up. I mean, all these tech companies, all these, the tech giants, they're not doing very well. People are leaving that as well. And all these truck drivers, they're not working as truck drivers anymore. They're leaving this behind due to many different circumstances like COVID and other situations. Do you guys not see what's going on? America is literally crumbling. It's on its last legs. And there's other people out here that want to take this stuff as some kind of joke. And they want to laugh and scoff and think that everything's going to be okay. I don't know if some people are blind out here and don't want to look at the signs in front of them. because that's what it looks like dealing with some people out here. But the ones that are hip to the situation, they understand what's going on. Okay, all right. And you go to a place called natural disasters, right? And you start seeing what's going on in the world around us. You will start to clearly see that something isn't right around here. How are all these disasters happening back to back, back to back? It's because of the pole shift, people. It is because of the pole shift. This is where these natural disasters, these so-called natural disasters are coming from. And people all over the world are recognizing this. You know, if you go to a place called Disaster Compilations, I've put this up on the community section. You know, you got major floods hitting places like Brazil, for example. You know? Look at this. Look at all this stuff that's going on. This is an update video for those that don't understand. Okay, because we got a lot more stuff to talk about. These are floods coming in. See? Everything's getting out of control on the planet. All these volcanic eruptions that's going on. All the floods that's going on. All the so-called earthquakes that's going on. Which are plasma discharges inside the earth, underground. The earth is literally getting itself prepared to do something, and it's getting hot. The planet's getting really hot while it's doing what it's doing. And the orcs, the human race, they trying to make things cold. And with this thing that's coming, there's not going to be anything that they can do about it. Look at all this flooding. Look at all that flooding going on. Look at all that. Can you really sit here and tell me that nothing's going on? This is happening to real people. Real lives are getting destroyed out here. Okay? Look at this. The water's already up to people's houses. They can't even, they gotta leave their homes. Their homes are getting destroyed. Okay? Alright? Got different situations out here. 6.6 earthquakes, man. Hitting in Indonesia and stuff like this. The stuff is not stopping, people. It's not stopping. It's only just begun. What is that, an aquarium? All of the shaking that's going on is destroying things. See? Houses are being destroyed and stuff like this. Look at all that. Look at all that rubble and destruction going on. The houses are torn open. You know? These are real lives being destroyed over here. If you guys are not preparing, these kinds of earthquakes is what y'all gonna be feeling in y'all neck of the woods very soon. We're gonna have a pole shift reversal, people, which means everywhere is gonna be like this. See these kinds of eruptions that's going on? You see this kind of stuff that's going on? A huge eruption. Okay? This is the kind of stuff that's going on. The planet is heating up, and it's gonna get to its climax point very soon. There will be no more stores you can go to. There will be no more grocery stores. There will be no more anything. And around that time, your United States dollar will have completely collapsed to the point to where you can't even purchase anything anymore. Okay? Alright. Now, another thing is that when you go to Gina Maria Covenhill's channel, this is her right here, you see that it says thieves are breaking into 90 containers a day now in Los Angeles, right? These shipping containers that you see here, we're talking about stuff that's going all over the country, probably international, probably going to other places. And people are breaking, you got thieves breaking into 90 containers a day. A day! And they're breaking in. And they're getting a slap on the wrist. And they're being let out to continue doing this stuff. If the system that we live in can't even contain these people in prison anymore because they want to let out all these prisoners, then there's nothing that they can do to stop these people from continuing to keep on going into these containers and robbing the place. So guess what? All you guys that have all this stuff that you want to reach to your homes and stuff like this, a lot of you guys are gonna, unfortunately, you're gonna be screwed up because these people are now robbing all of these containers. And the system that we live in is doing absolutely nothing about it. A matter of fact, check this out.
We are looking at thieves who are breaking into 90 shipping containers every single day in Los Angeles, and they're being let go. They're being let go. Even though they get arrested, they get a get out of jail free card in Los Angeles. 90 shipping containers a day. How can that be, and how can they let something like this go on? You know, I think I remember something else happening, I think around the last year or so, how so much destruction was being done, and people were getting get out of jail free cards, just like on Monopoly. You get a get out of jail free card.
Very true.
That's what's happening here in Los Angeles. They're getting out of jail free, more or less. And I don't think it's right, you all. You thinking we already got a lot of shipping problems going on? We do. Hello there, Pratt. On something very orchestrated. It's organized crime taking place, is what it sounds like. Why do you got to break into these shipping containers? Why do you do it? Why do you got to do it? And when you get arrested, why do you get out of jail free?
Now, I'm going to tell you why. The reason why they're being allowed to do this, the system is behind this. There are certain people that feel that they don't have the necessities that they're going to need for the up-and-coming calamity that's coming. The up-and-coming situation. A lot of people know about it. Social media gets around. YouTube gets around. The Twitters, the TikToks, the Facebooks, they get around. People are seeing what's going on. They're seeing the inflation going on. They're seeing the scarcity of products and supplies that they feel that they're going to need for their families, for their situation, for their home, and their situation. Yes, indeed, this is organized crime. And they're doing it because they want to have the mass majority of whatever supplies that they deem fit for their situation. So when things get bad, they can barter with whatever it is that they want, or whatever it is that you may have. They'll try to barter with you because the dollar is going to collapse. So you're not going to be able to use the dollar to buy anything. So they're going to use the supplies that they stole to barter with other individuals to be able to get whatever it is that they need. Do you understand? Also, another thing. They will have the most amount of power, considering the fact that when everyone is out here struggling and suffering or whatever, they can literally purchase people to be on their side through giving them necessities that they may need. It's a power play. Do you understand? It's a power play. I understand how this works because I've seen different situations and stuff like this, and I've been looking into a whole lot. I understand how this stuff works. I've seen many situations, and I've looked into certain documents and stuff like this. I already knew this was going to start happening. That's why I was trying to warn people ahead of time to start getting whatever it is that you're going to need. Because now these people are breaking into 90 shipping containers. Shipping containers, people. The stuff that you guys bought online. The stuff that needs to come to your home. They're robbing you now. And they're going to continue to keep doing this because the system is behind it. Okay? A lot of the people that are robbing work with the system in some type of capacity as well. They saying, if we know this thing is going to fall down, then we're going to be better off than everybody else. We don't care. We're going to put ourselves in a better position. And every time they get caught, they get put back on the street. This is where we're heading, people. A lawless society. A society where there's no more law in order to keep things in some type of structuring. There's not going to be no more structure. And this is why we're telling everyone to start stocking up as much as possible. Because it's not a joke and it's not a game. And it's not going to just be in Los Angeles. Eventually you're going to start hearing about it in other places as well.
That is the question. Hello there, bang, bang, mucka bang. Yes, you are. Why do you get out of jail free is what I'd like to know. Let me come over here. Let's do this. We are going to do this. Hello there, Apple Brooks. Yes, so we're going to go straight to that article because this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous what's taking place. I want to show you all this. Look at this. Let's watch this little video right here. Let's watch it if it'll play for us. Are we on here, you all? Because I want to be on here looking at this. It's filthy. See, look at this, you all. This is just released yesterday on the 15th of January. You can see the Twitter. Ian Mouse Chiong. Thank you, Ian, for showing that, you all. So we've got that right there. We're going to come up here, you all, and we're going to look at this article. This is today. This is today, you all. Right here. We're going to get over here. We're going to look at it. It's on this. Let's see this article right here. It's released today. It's only had 156 views. Well, we're going to view it ourselves, you all. UP Thieves. This is, I'm going to show you where it's coming from. The Maritime Executive right here. Intellectual capital for leaders. It's very intellectual. And if you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Because this really is important. Because this does affect us. If you have 90 shipping containers a day getting broken into, that does add up. If you think of 30 days, 90 and 30, okay, that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Yeah. Quite a bit. You all, I gotta turn this off. Let me get this going, you all. I gotta do it. Gotta see where I'm at. Yes, I am. I had my do not disturb on, and this. Okay. Published on January the 16th by the Maritime Executive. Intermodal freight trains passing through Los Angeles Lincoln Heights neighborhood, East LA, have been hit regularly by groups of criminals in spiraling crisis of theft, according to the rail operator at Union Pacific. On average, more than 90 boxes are getting hit every day on this single corridor. According to the UP, the damages and extra costs to UP add up to $5 million over 12 months, not including the losses and damages experienced by its customers. The rail line is considering serious changes to reduce its traffic volume through LA County, and it believes those changes would worsen the ongoing supply chain crisis. So the Union Pacific is going to do some serious changes to reduce its traffic through LA County, and they do believe it's going to worsen the ongoing supply chain crisis.
See?
The rail line through Lincoln Heights leads to a CSX up switching yard, and trains often move more slowly or stop along the track. Thieves have taken advantage of this target-rich environment using bolt cutters to break into the boxes laden with delivery packages from major retailers. The rail sighting shows plenty of evidence of the crime. The perpetrators are taking the choice items and leaving the rest strewn along the tracks. The discards include COVID test kits, medications, and many items with high social value, but limited on the black market resale potential. Union Pacific has its own police department and cooperates with the LAPD and the LA County Sheriff's Department to carry out arrests. Despite its efforts, it has experienced 160% increase in thefts in LA County since December 2020. So they have cooperation, but now they got 160, but now they got 160% increase in thefts in LA County.
You hear that?
December 2020, even though they're cooperating. When the county district attorney changed the charging policy. So even worse, the criminal activity has been accompanied by rising rates of assault and armed robbery targeting Union Pacific employees. In an open letter to the Los Angeles District Attorney, George Gascon, Union Pacific complained that law enforcement personnel have made more than 100 arrests in as many days, but the suspects have been released without charges in 24 hours. No, you all. They arrest them and then they release them within 24 hours. This sounds eerily familiar. It does, eerily familiar. Okay, so of all those arrests, Union Pacific has not been contacted for any court proceedings. Tell me how that can happen. Yeah. Since the end of 2020, the district attorney, Gascon, has ordered his deputy district attorneys not to charge certain low-level misdemeanors, including trespassing, disturbing the peace, criminal threats, drug possession, loitering, resisting arrest, to avoid the social impact of charging these offenses. He has put in place standing orders to focus on combating the violent and serious criminal offenses. Hello, this stuff has a trickle-down effect, okay, and it really does affect people when things like this happen. Even the small things, you know, it leaves a lasting impact on the individuals. Studies show that prosecuting of the offenses driving the bulk of misdemeanor cases have minimal or even negative long-term impacts on public safety, wrote the District Attorney Gascon in December of 2020. Agencies equipped with the social service skills necessary to address the underlying causes are best positioned to prevent recidivism. Well, that's a big word. I don't even know what it means, but okay. The DA spokesperson, or spokesman, Alex Bastian, told CNN that the office is committed to working with law enforcement to ensure the collective safety. He said that the office has charged cases, including grand theft and burglary, and turned down others due to insufficient evidence. On Saturday, a train derailed in the same area where the vandalism has been occurring. Union Pacific said in a statement this weekend, 17 cars fell off the track.
Damn.
The rail line did not say whether the derailment was connected to the high volume of debris on the track. A bystander video appeared to capture the moment of the derailment. So we're going to look at this again, you all. They captured the moment of derailment.
Man, this is crazy.
Well, I didn't really see much. I really didn't. I didn't see that much, you all, that they showed. But isn't all going?
Okay.
It is.
Now, I want you guys to also listen to this as well. See, it's getting worse. Rail tracks are being littered with packages. Your packages, people. And these packages are being lifted from rail cars. Okay? Check it out.
Rail thefts are going through the roof in America, and this is just one of those things that's going to get bad as long as the economy does not improve. So this is Lincoln Heights out in California, but you can best believe this is not the only spot this is happening.
California.
You can see the rails are littered with boxes that are being taken off of rail cars. And this situation is so bad, and they have not been able to get it under control as of yet. So it's like a blizzard of different boxes and all kinds of debris all over the railroad tracks, as you can see in this picture. So what are they taking? Well, they're taking cell phones.
See?
Louis Vuitton purses.
See?
Designer clothes.
See?
Toys, lawnmower, power equipment, power tools. That is just to name a few. That's what they're grabbing off of these rail cars. So.
But we want to play around and act like this is a game or something. People want to come here and laugh and act the damn fool in the comment section. I have to keep, just shaking my damn head because it's like people don't want to get it. This is the end of America. And I'm telling you, a lot of you guys that have all this stuff being shipped to your homes and stuff like this, a lot of y'all going to fit to get robbed out here. This is what's going on in America right now. And it's going to spread. Eventually, the delivery system is going to be so hacked up, you're not going to be able to get no service. Because people are robbing, and then when they get put in prison, or when they get arrested, they get put right back out on the street. The system cannot contain these people no more. We are moving into a lawless society. The police will be completely disbanded everywhere you go. They showed you that billboard in Austin, Texas, and they tried to show everyone that, they even said it on the billboard, hey, don't call 911. Handle your business yourself. Because listen, we're not available no more. Don't be calling us. We're not going to pick up the phone. Handle whatever the situation is yourself. This is what it's coming down to, people. This is what's coming. Hell, forget coming. It's already here, and it's literally spreading like a cancer now. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it. This is what it is, people. This is what it is. Continue on.
He said people just stand there and wait for these rail cars to come down the track on a regular basis, and they go out there and grab things. Now, one person said they got a Louis Vuitton purse, a robotic arm that was worth 5 figures, and they even got some money off of these rail cars. Thieves are proliferating rail cars, and the crime is really going up these days. It is fueled by a host of modern realities, the rise of commerce, and and these places where it's occurring is a hub, for many of these folks. So now it's generating national attention, and it revealed tensions among rail operators, government officials, and authorities. And, they want them to make an effort to reduce all of these thefts. So they said Saturday alone, approximately 17 rail cars on a Union Pacific train derailed. And they said, it's vandalism in that area where it derailed. The crew was not hurt, but a lot of things were just taken by thieves. A lot of things. And they said the reports of these rail car thefts have increased 160% since December 2020. And the rail tracks, as you can see, boy, I don't see how trains can get down there, but I guess a heavy train could, even with all that debris all over the track. The railroad didn't release a specific data on what was stolen or the value of what was lost, but it said the increase in crime costs the company at least $5 million in merchandise a year. And that was the last time they did stats. It could be way higher than that since it went up 160%. So they're saying that most of these people are organized groups.
Yes, they are.
That have halted trains or recruited people living on the streets to ransack containers. Union Pacific is deploying more drones and has brought in extra security to enlist. They have Los Angeles Police Department, California Highway Patrol, and Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department to combat.
Is that it's happening in different areas in Los Angeles? Do you understand? It's not just happening in one spot. That's what I'm trying to say. And see, it's gonna spread from there onto different locations. Why? Because I was thinking about Los Angeles and thinking about California, and they're practically the same. It's the same place. But what I'm trying to tell you is this: they're doing it in multiple different locations where they know that these tracks are at, these rail tracks are at, or where they know that these shipping containers are at. Okay. And basically, it's gonna spread, and they're gonna start moving further up. And you know why? Because eventually, when all this security ends up being in these areas, they're gonna be expecting them. But guess what? They can put all the security there they want. At the end of the day, even though they may get caught, they're gonna get put right back out on the street within 24 hours. So they're essentially putting these authorities out there for nothing. They're putting them out there for nothing. It makes no sense anymore. It's over, man. Why are people behaving like this? Because of the inflation. The scarcity of what's going on. And not enough jobs. The VAT and all these other different situations. People have had enough. And then you got these organized crime groups going out and doing this stuff, and then they get put right back on the street. There's nothing you can do. And when these people start trying to break in and enter into your homes, by that time the police will already be disbanded. You're going to have to handle them yourself. Do you see where I'm going with this, people? Do you see where I'm going with this? Lawless society. So when I put up that photo of the earth getting hit with so many different plasma discharges, you see them earthquakes going on. It's not just earthquakes. The entire infrastructure of the governing bodies on the planet are getting hit, and because they're getting hit the way they're getting hit, they're literally crumbling the whole. Because realistically, all the governments are together. They're all together. They're all falling apart simultaneously. And what we need to understand is that very soon we're not going to be able to depend on our government for anything. Not for food, not for nothing. This is why I was telling people to start planting seeds if they can. Some people don't live in the right areas to be able to do that. I understand. But for those that can, please do this. We're coming into a time now where we're not going to be able to depend on our government for anything. Not even for electricity. I told you this once before. Con Edison is not going to be available. The gas prices are going up. Eventually, you're not going to even be able to afford gas no more. They're going to just... I'm making one more of these videos talking about current events and dealing with stocking up. I'm making one more of these videos, one more again, to see who's going to take heed to what I'm saying and who's going to keep taking this as a joke. Okay? All right? This is not playtime right now. This is serious times right now. Understand, this is what's going on. And if you don't take action, you're going to be sorry.
But Union Pacific is partly to blame for not deploying more security. This is according to the police department. We've had millions of dollars of items and equipment, but it's unpoliced. There are even sometimes weapons on these trains, and everything goes by the train you learn. So, wow, I just can't believe the amount of stuff that they get off of these trains, but hey, we are living in tough times. You can expect a lot of stuff to be going on in theft. Now, we already know about people that steal packages from porches. That happens even around here, where I am. You know, people, many of them have been caught though. You know why? Because so many people around here got the Ring cameras on their homes that before it used to be easy for them to get away with those thefts. It's not so easy anymore, because even if you don't have a camera, your neighbor may have a camera that... I do expect things to really ramp up, especially the longer this economy goes in a downward spiral. I expect this stuff to ramp up. Even, you know, I did a video on all of the invasions they were doing on stores, the grab and go, all of that stuff. They, you know, they just simply don't have enough people to control this kind of stuff. They never have.
All right. So, I want you guys to check out this video, when Earth's magnetic poles flip. You know, I gotta tell you guys this. See, this pole shift reversal situation, you know, we talked about this about 2, 3, or 4 times on the channel. And I think I've had other videos on the subject. You see on the video section for SIT on this channel, a lot of the videos that I used to have in the past, they're all deleted, you know. So there's videos that I put up information on this subject and other subjects that don't even exist anymore because of YouTube and it's wanting to delete your content and all this other stuff, you know, the whole deal. But I had other content on this, and I've been saying this for a long time. Earth's magnetic pole flip is literally one of the most dangerous things that will ever happen on this planet. Okay, when the poles finally flip over, because see, the poles are inside the Earth. They're inside the Earth. And see, these gears, because there's also gears inside the Earth. Okay? Okay, the Earth is very much organic, but it also has metaphysical parts that are very similar to machinery and stuff like this. Like even the poles and stuff like this. And some people could hear the booming sounds of the gears and stuff like that turning, the belts turning inside the Earth. Some people in certain areas of the planet can actually hear this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. What is that? It's the gears that are inside the Earth. It's really called Tiamat or Kai, or whatever you want to call the planet, right? We call it Earth because, well, you know, it's easier to get the point across. These gears are turning. And as they're turning, there's certain energies on the planet that are moving in certain directions. When the pole shift finally happens, it's going to be a reversal, which means the planet is going to upgrade back to its original state of being, because it was pushed off of its original state of being by the invasion that happened with the human race that came over here, because they're not supposed to be here. So now the Earth is doing what it's got to do, and there's no way to stop it. See, why do you think it's so cold right now in places like New York, where I'm at, and other places? Because they're trying to make it as cold as possible, because they're trying to make it cold for themselves. And see, it's gonna get so hot. See, you don't get it. When the pole shift happens, it's not just the belts and the poles shifting. The temperature is gonna skyrocket. Okay, the air on the planet is going to change. If you're not a carbon being, you can't breathe this air. It's going to be killing you. Mother Nature's about to do her whole flip on you, on you humans, on the planet. Anybody with animal DNA in them as their primary DNA in their body. You know what I'm saying? You part of the human race. You know who we talking to. You know who we talking to on this channel. The air will not be sustainable for y'all. Also, wildlife is going to start acting funny towards y'all. Okay? Alright? Even the animals that y'all created down here, like your dogs, even they're going to start acting funny towards y'all. It's already happening now. You had Seema tell you guys about how dogs are starting to act funny and starting to attack their own owners and stuff like this. Yeah, because everything on the planet is literally going to go against that which made the planet do the pole shift in the first place. Remember, everything is data and information. Remember, everything is like a computer, a mainframe out here. It's like a whole database. You have ones and zeros for real. Yes, you do. When they show you the Matrix, that movie, they're not kidding around. Everything is a program. Even myself and you, everything's a program. Some programs are on a higher scale than others. Some programs are more important than others. And when we're talking about the human race is a virus program that was created by other viruses, and then ultimately was started up by one of the main programs that was supposed to be defending the Earth in the first place, which is Enki. He made a big mistake. So, because of this fact, now all of the information that's on Tiamat right now is literally going to go against the virus program. The virus program will have nothing. They will have no way out. They will have no way out. And with the other beings that are coming down here, and they're looking at what's going on, they're literally sharpening their blades right now to come into here to cause a serious situation. Okay? This is gonna look worse than Avengers Infinity War. If you've ever seen that movie, this is gonna look way worse than that. Okay? That's just on a smaller scale. Excuse me, people calling me. People always calling me. Stop calling me. People always calling me when I'm making videos and stuff. Anyways, whatever. Look. I'm going to show you this video now. This is what these orcs and these orc scientists, the human race, this is what they're saying. But what I'm telling you is that when this pops off, when the Poleshift reversal happens, the dream realm, which is the real world, okay, the realm where Neo eventually got his abilities and all this other stuff in the movies and stuff like this, right? The dream realm, the world of the real realms, and this physical lower physical state that we in is gonna merge forever. Once this happens, I'm just letting y'all know, if you didn't take care of everything you needed to take care of, man, you are gonna you're gonna really regret not listening to all these messages that have been pumped out. You have a lot of people on the interweb that don't. These people, what they on is on just trying to miscarry you into thinking something that's not. Been making these videos for a very long time now, because I've been knowing something for years, and I'm trying to let people know this event is very much real, and it's going to happen whether you like it or not. Very soon, by the way. Higher ups already made the date on when they're going to start the invasion. You're going to see this with your own two eyes. It's going to be a very scary time down here. As you can clearly see, the government infrastructure, everything's falling apart. They can't even keep people in prison no more. They can't even put people in jail no more. They letting them out every 24 hours. What is this nonsense? It's because they know this thing is about to fall to pieces. Okay? All right? This really what it is. It's going to get so hot around here, man. And I'm telling you, also another thing. When you guys start walking around, a lot of you guys are going to be having problems breathing because the type of air that's going to come in, you're going to be able to breathe it for our people. We're going to be able to breathe it, but we're going to have difficulty at first. It's when you first start trying something and it's a little difficult. It's like when you're riding a bike, right? You need training wheels and stuff like this, and then eventually you don't need the training wheels no more, right? Yeah, it's going to be like that for a little while. But the more, because your body's going to upgrade with this energy that's coming in. This is why they made that movie called Don't Look Up. That movie is a Freemasonic movie. It's talking about what's to come, and they know what's coming. When that energy comes in, you're not even going to struggle breathing no more because the bodies will be fully upgraded. So you're going to be able to breathe this air very well while everybody else, they're going to be having problems. Okay, they're going to be having problems. They're going to be killing each other and all kind of madness going on. So, you know, the entire planet is going to be shaking, people. The entire planet. And the sky is going to be changing color. I'm just letting y'all know, man. Like, you're going to see, like, man, it's hard to explain. Like, you're going to see things in the sky and down here you've never seen before. Okay? And there's new land masses coming out of the ocean waters right now. You have land masses they're discovering in Europe right now, even near Africa right now, so-called Africa, which is really Sumeria. They're seeing other land masses popping up. And they're like, where did this come from? It's because the poles are moving, and while the poles are moving, the things that were, all the underwater civilizations that were underwater at one point, they're coming back up now. They're coming back up now. And then eventually you're going to start seeing cities in the sky. We talked about that once before, that you're going to see cities in the skies. Okay? And these are really huge cities in the sky. We're talking about colossal cities, man. Very futuristic looking cities, man. I'm going to let you guys see this video real quick. Tell me what you guys think.
Did you know that Earth has two North Poles? There's the geographic North Pole, which never changes, and there's the magnetic North Pole, which is always on the move. And right now, it's moving faster than usual. Over the last 150 years, the magnetic North Pole has casually wandered 685 miles across northern Canada. But right now, it's racing 25 miles a year to the northwest. This could be a sign that we're about to experience something humans have never witnessed before. A magnetic polar flip. And when this happens, it could affect much more than just your compass.
Right on the surface of the planet, it looks like it's just a bar magnet, right? Our compasses are just pointing toward one pole at a time, because there's a dominant two-pole dipole system.
But sometimes, Earth doesn't always just have a single magnetic north and south pole. Evidence suggests that for hundreds to thousands of years at a time, our planet has had 4, 6, and even 8 poles at a time. This is what has happened when the magnetic poles flipped in the past. And when it happens again, it won't be good news for humans. Now,
You better believe it.
That 8 poles must be better than 2. But the reality is that multiple magnetic fields would fight each other. This could weaken Earth's protective magnetic field by up to 90% during a polar flip. Earth's magnetic field is what shields us from harmful space radiation, which can damage cells, cause cancer, and fry electronic circuits and electrical grids. With a weaker field in place, some scientists think this could expose planes to higher levels of radiation, making flights less safe. This could also disrupt the internal compass in many animals, which use the magnetic field for navigation. Even more extreme, it could make certain places on the planet too dangerous to live. But what exactly will take place on the surface is less clear than what will undoubtedly happen in space. Satellites and crewed space missions will need extra shielding we'll have to provide ourselves.
Those will be destroyed.
Intense cosmic and solar radiation will fry circuit boards and increase the risk of cancer in astronauts.
Of course.
Our modern way of life ceased to exist. We know this because we're already seeing a glimpse of this in an area called the South Atlantic Anomaly. Turns out, the direction of a portion of the magnetic field deep beneath this area has already flipped. Scientists say that's one reason why the field has been steadily weakening since 1840. As a result, the Hubble Space Telescope and other satellites often shut down their sensitive electronics as they pass over the area, and astronauts on the International Space Station report seeing a higher number of bright flashes of light in their vision, thought to be caused by high-energy cosmic rays that the weaker field can't hold back. Since experts started measuring the anomaly a few decades ago, it has grown in size and now covers a fifth of Earth's surface, with no signs of shrinking anytime soon. This is so extreme that it could be a sign we're on the brink of a polar flip, or we may already be in the midst of one. But scientists remain skeptical, mainly because
the last thing the poles reversed was 780,000 years ago. So it's not, we don't have an old record.
Turns out 780,000 years is over double.
You guys weren't even alive back then. These people love to lie, man.
Mass extinction. There have been reversals roughly every 300.
No, that's a lie. That's also another lie that these people tell you.
Well, scientists haven't figured it out yet. It's unnerving to think that our modern way of life, banking, stock exchange, missile tracking, GPS, relies on the outcome of something we can neither predict nor control. One study went so far as to estimate that a single giant solar storm today could cost the U.S. up to $41.5 billion a day in damages. And that's with the Earth's magnetic field at its current strength. It's frightening to even imagine the devastation a storm would bring to an Earth with a magnetic field only 10% as strong as it is now. We may not be able to stop a polar flip, but we can at least start to take measures to minimize the damage. The first step? Figure out what's going on with this wacky field. On the hunt are the European Space Agency's swarm satellites. They're currently collecting the most precise data. On the hunt are the European Space Agency's swarm satellites. They're currently collecting the most precise data on the strength of Earth's magnetic field. Right now, they could be our greatest hope for solving this riddle.
Okay. A few things I wanted to say concerning this topic. See, they showed you the Aurora Borealis. It's going to literally come down all around the planet, and it's literally going to engulf the whole planet with its energy. And it's going to be going inside our bodies too. Basically, all different forms of cosmic radiation is going to be going inside of our bodies. Okay. Basically, all forms of different cosmic radiation is going to be going inside of our bodies. They showed you guys that the magnetic field is dissipating. Yeah, it has to. It has to. Okay. Why? Because it's essentially the magnetic field is essentially protecting the Earth. So when it comes down, the Earth is very susceptible to different energies flooding in all at once. When this happens and the poles shift, basically the spirit and realm and the physical will merge, which means all of the radiation will literally flood into the planet, and the planet will literally jumpstart itself, and it will literally reset itself to the way it used to be. Meaning all the life forms on the planet, like the animals and stuff like this, and other beings that are going to be showing up, all the animals, like your horses, you know, your monkeys, whatever's out there, they will. A lot of these animals will also upgrade, and they will change in intelligence and levels of intelligence. They will literally shape shift. They will literally change into a new type of creature. You're already getting a lot of reports of different creatures that have never been discovered by the human race. They're reporting. Notice every month now there's a new report of a new animal they've never seen before. Yeah, because these animals are coming in from the other dimensional realms, and also a lot of nature is also, because she's trying to reset herself. She's creating new forms of creatures. She eventually the vegetation and the fruits will become more plentiful. Because we have a scarcity on the planet right now. Because these people are just doing all kind of stuff and destroying farmland and destroying all kind of stuff. A lot of this fruit is going to become jumbo-sized. Okay? A lot of the fruit and vegetation will become jumbo-sized. We're talking about really, really large fruits here. Really huge apples and stuff like this. Okay? Alright. And a lot of this stuff is going to carry a supercharged amount of plasma in it. So a lot of the vegetation will be upgraded. Okay, you're gonna notice this when you're biting into it, how it feeds your body. The food is literally making you guys stronger, yo. Okay, all right. The vegetation will be supercharged. The humans will not be able to eat any of the food that's down here, including the GMOs. The GMOs will be also supercharged, and a lot of the GMOs will also be destroyed because a lot of the GMOs can't handle this supercharged energy because it's not natural. See that? Also, another thing, because the planet is going to upgrade, it's going to attract other beings to want to come here. Remember, the planet, she can ring. But in case you guys don't know this, she can use her energies to be able to attract other forces here. How do you think we're having all of these planetoids showing up in different in different parts of the Earth right now? They're getting attracted to our planet because our planet is doing something, and the planet is going through different gateways as well, which is also helping in the recovery of all the other planetoids that used to be here at one point in time. So we have a mother, what would you call not a mother. What I'm saying is we have a multitude of different planets that are all lining themselves up because we used to go to and fro from different planets. We had a family of planets in this sector of the galaxy. Okay. Another thing that will be happening is that you're also going to have you got all these different sinkholes that are popping up out of the woodwork, and people don't understand what the hell's going on. Okay, these sinkholes are for a reason. Okay, for example, look at this, for example, and these sinkholes are swallowing up whole apartment buildings, homes, stores, you name it, it's doing it. And these sinkholes, they're opening up everywhere. And when the pole shift happens, I'm telling you, the amount of sinkholes that are going to pop up are going to increase. We're already damn near close to that time frame. Okay, all right. We have to understand something. Everything that you guys have ever known is coming to an end. Everything you've ever thought of in your mind, you know, all of your imagination, all that other stuff, it's literally going to come to a point where the world around you, it will be practically almost unrecognizable. the human race has reached its deadline now. They've reached their point of no return. And I said a long time ago on this channel that their karma is stacking up. And this cat is stacking up, and it's eventually going to avalanche and fall on top of them. I told y'all this. And this is what's happening right now. There's always calm before the storm. Okay? There's always calm before the storm. Everything seems okay right now, right? In this little moment in time right now. Watch things pick up or further up along the line. And see, there will be no protection on the planet by this time. There will be no Bioshock, no tail loop, no plasma sphere. The planet will literally be open for full-on upgrade and invasion. The sun's gonna be hitting the planet at 100%. Believe me, y'all never seen that before. And all of the creatures that are in the ocean waters are going to come out. They're literally going to come out. Because a lot of them know what's going on down here, and they're sick of what the humans are doing to the ocean waters. The ocean waters have become damn near almost poisonous in a way. Because of all the crap that they've done down here. A lot of those beings that are down there want to come out, and they want their pound of flesh as well. So they will receive. By this time, the governments all around the world will have shut down. There will be no more protection for anyone. And it will literally be impossible to receive help from others. When they showed you movies like The Purge and stuff like this, it's going to be very similar to that in different ways. The vac and stuff like this will play a pivotal role in a lot of that madness. Everybody acting up, attacking those that never got in the first place because of the frequencies from the 5G towers and stuff like this. Oh yeah, it's very much real. They try to show you different versions of it in The Walking Dead. They try to show you different versions of it in that movie called Alone on Amazon Prime. Yeah, they try to show you different versions of this. You're normal, but everybody else is going crazy, and you got to protect yourself. The electromagnetic field around the planet is going to get so weak to the point that the planes, any planes that are flying around that time, well, you know what's going to happen to those, right? The helicopters, same thing. Anything that's up in the air is going to drop. You know how much devastation there's going to be? You're going to have so many cars crashing into each other. Because of the 5G towers, these people being controlled and all this other shit. People are going to just be crashing into each other. Can you imagine the kind of destruction that's going to be going on in a lot of these roadways? These freeways and stuff like this? In the highway? Everybody's just crashing into each other. It's going to be an absolute mess. The technology that they made down here is going to stop working. They're already having chip shortages all over China. I mean, it's going to be absolute freaking destruction, man. And a lot of people want to take this stuff as a game. Like, I'm up here taking up so much time out of my own life to just come up here and talk nonsense to you. Some of y'all need to wake up, yo. For real. Not everything is what you think it is. these people have been hiding the truth for so long because they don't want people to be able to get their hands on the truth, because once that happens, it's over. And that's why the movie called Don't Look Up came out very recently, out on Netflix. I suggest everybody to go watch this movie. They're letting you guys all know that they do not want you guys to be trying to search up and look up the truth. They don't want you to look up. They don't want you to be trying to study the stars and the planets and what the hell's going on with our planet and you know, and all this stuff really starts when you're trying to do all this digging. It really starts with history. Okay, it's all tied in. But so many people have been lied to and told so many lies that they don't even know what's the first way to look up anything. They think everything is a conspiracy theory, when they're literally making Freemasonic movies telling you guys that all of you people that's out there are a bunch of damn fools. You take everything as a joke, and there's literally something catastrophic and dangerous coming to our planet. And while that's going on, you guys are so busy. They're telling you, just look down. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Just keep on living your pathetic, meager existence down here. And don't try to think about anything outside of this physical reality that you're in. Just continue to keep on with the nonsense. Just continue to live this life, and don't think about anything outside of the world that you can see around you. That's a problem. The thing that killed me in this film, not only was it the stupidity of a lot of the characters in the film, but you know, when I look at Leonardo DiCaprio's character in this film, and I'm seeing how he's struggling to tell people the truth. This is how I be feeling sometimes. I be struggling trying to tell people the truth, and they don't want to listen. And I know how devastating this stuff is, because I've already seen this in some of the visions that I've already had. I've seen the horror already. I've seen the destruction already. And I'm trying to warn as many people as possible. And I know for a fact that when this thing hits, man, it's gonna be like something. Man, I'm telling you, this movie depicted it so well. I mean, it's so obvious. They're literally telling you guys, we don't want you guys to figure out what's coming. We don't want you guys to prepare for it. We don't want you guys to do nothing. We want you to just continue with the bullshit out here. And the vast majority of the people on the planet are going to be the ones looking down. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm looking up. Alright? Because they don't want you to look up. Do you understand? They know what's going on out here. They know it's over. They know it's all over for their species, the human race. They know it's over. But they're going to continue with this nonsense, though. Telling you guys, yo, prepare. This is the last stock up and prepare video that I'm making. Okay? Alright? I've told you guys this one too many times already. You know what you gotta get. Look in the video section. I already told you guys what you're supposed to be focusing on getting. Because I got new people coming in here and they're asking, oh, what am I supposed to get? I've never done anything like this before. Canned food, oil, water. Get portable stoves, people. Get this stuff while you still can. Shelves is running on empty. Eventually there's gonna be nothing left, people. So with that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here. This is your boy, Serious Center Temple, Spiritual Network, signing off. I'm letting you guys know for the record. Okay? They know what's coming. Okay? A while back, Netflix even had a show talking about all the flooding that's going on. That flooding is going to get worse. It's already getting worse. You got people's homes just being knocked over and getting destroyed all over the place, man. This thing is affecting lives, and eventually all of this stuff is going to eventually one day come to a neighborhood near you. All of it at once is going to be coming at y'all, and y'all not going to know what to do. You're going to just be drowning in water. in different multitudes of situations. It don't even have to be water. It could be inflation. It could be job loss. It could be getting kicked out on the street. Everything eventually is going to come at you guys at one time. So I'm going to get on up out of here, all right? Peace.